Good afternoon, Professor. My name is Kushal Patel and my student ID is 10137871. Today, I am going to explain about my assignment for Applied Data Science course. Here, first of all, I imported pandas as PD, and then from the local computer, I upload this test.csv file for the assignment. In our second question, we have to show the first 5 rows of the data frame. To show any first 5 row, if there is a simple formula, my df dot head of 5, it will show the first 5 rows. Then we have in the third question, we have the first. Does the first row contains the column name? If not, please assign the following name to them. Like in here, we have ID, range, value, type, zip code, model, cost, and uh, continent in this table. But still, here it says to assign a name. So to assign name, first we will do print mydf.columns, then mydf equals to mydf.rename to rename all of this, like 10 is equal to ID and then 192 in a range column, 50 as a value, F as a machine type, and NXEYEM as a zip code. And then we'll do dot head, so it will show all the type of the all the whole table over here. And if I run it again, it will show you that index ID, range, value, type, zip code, model, cost, continent is a object type. Data type of that is object. And in our fourth question, we have add your name and student number on the top of the data set in your local file. So to do that in our local file, we here we have to do like new row in a data, it means equals to pd.data frame, as like I assign my ID and here as my student ID, name as a Kushal Patel, and index size is 0. To do that, we have to do use concatenation method for this, like pd.concat to new row and the data frame to reset the and dot reset underscore index. And after that, if we put dy my df dot head, so it will show you my student ID and name, and rest all of the um, in whole column it will show NaNan, because I don't assign anything in range, value, and any of the rest of the following things. But in my ID and name, I assign the value, like my ID and my name. So it will show it over there. And going to next question, in question number 5, we have use a method to skip the first row and show the DF as it was before adding your information. So to skip the first row, like it's here, I need to skip this first row because here is my student ID and name. To skip those, and I use like my df.local, and from uh, one means from the first column, like 0, 1, 2. So from the 0th column will not show, but will show starting from first. So here, this one here, this will not going to show, and from here it will print a whole the table till the end. And our sixth question is show the type of your data frame. Like if I type my data frame is dot d types, it will show like the ID is integer, Name is object, range is float, values float, type, zip code, model, cost, continent. All of these are the object, and this is data type. And what type of data frame it is? It is pandas.code data frame. And in the seventh question, we have to select the value of column using two different commands. Like first command, we'll use mydf in bracket. In bracket, we have a value. If I run this, it will show the first five and after and last five to you, and it will show you the name, well, name as a value, and length and the data type over here. And if I type this, it will show you the data type. Okay, it will show you the same thing as over here. There is no different, but here we have two different commands to show uh, the data frame for the values. In the next eighth question, we have what is the type if the selected column. Okay, like what type, as in our question number, I think 6, we use the type of like type in that data frame of the value is pandas.core.series. It is a series type. In the next question, can we apply both methods like mentioned in the seventh question for fetching zip code column, and which other column has the same status and why? So the answer is we can't use another method because zip code has a space, and so that the method has no use in the fetching. So if I print my df of zip code, it will show us our first five and last five. It will show the name, it will show the length and data type of the column zip code. So moving to the next question, question number 10. Create a new series called brand by combining machine type and zip code. Here we need to combine two presented like we have the machine type and zip code and name it as a branch. So to create a new, we define a new as a branch equals to type, data frame of type and data frame of zip code will add and will print the new data type. And if we see that zip code and type will create a new column called brand. As you can see in the above, we don't have, and in this, after creating this, we will get our column called brand. And the next question, create a new series called total by multiplying the range and the value series. Like here, same as our above question, here to create a new series called total, will multiply the range and the value to create a new column. So if I run it, it will show you on the right hand side of the last one, the total. In question number 10, use the following commands like mydf.head, mydf.describe, mydf.describe, mydf.shape.type, and here it is asking why some have the parentheses and some don't have, and what is the difference between D and C. So the clear question is like, from here we have in the first one, we have parentheses. This will show the first five rows of the data set. Like if we remove the parentheses, it will not going to show anything. It will going to show you the type of the uh, all like the first five and the last five. But if you replace it with the parenthesis, it will show you the first row of the data set. In the second question, like in the second one, we have dot describe with a parenthesis, with getting a summary description of the data frame. Like the description is used as a, this parameter is used as a to get the description of the data frame. If I click, it will show you the count, mean, standard, median, minimum, and maximum, everything of this data set. And the difference between B and C is like uh, describe with parenthesis, it is a method call. And if the data frame is a pandas data frame, mydf is a pandas data frame, then mydf describes this is just an attribute like axis, and it doesn't move invoke a method. Like in the C1 we only have this, as I show you in the A. If I remove the parenthesis, it will show you the all data types, not the it will didn't call the method for the describe parameter. In our D we have the shape, like how much shape is, like it will show the number of rows and number of columns. First is it is row is 951 rows, this will 9, and in the 10th is the column, how many number of column we have in our data set and how many number of columns we have in our data set. D type, as we already saw in the above many two, I think 2 3 questions, like the data type of the each column will be representing over here. And moving to our next question, how can we use the describe with the parenthesis method to show the statistic for the object, not numerically? Here is the question, like within a columns, like if I use the brand dot describe, it will show the count, unique, top, frequency, and the type, like the what is the name of the column and the data type. If I remove this and try to run this, it will show me the raw structure, not the whole description. That's why we use the parentheses to like to call any method. So moving to next question number 14, rename the ID by my ID in data frame without replacing the ID series. Okay, to like here, we just need to, in the column, we just need to rename the ID as my ID. To rename it, we saw earlier, like we used data frame dot rename, but here the column, which column, like in the columns, we need to use ID, which one we need to remove the ID, and from what, my ID. So if we run this, like it will change it to my ID. And then, oh, sorry, yeah. In the question number 15, rename ID to my ID in place and show the change column name using the head method. So here is the trick in the question number 14 and the 15. We use the same method, but here in place the true, like it will show the first five, as we here it will show you the first five and the last five, but not the ID one. See, if I run this, it will show you the first five, but what's the difference between this? There is no such difference, but it will show you the all the, what I can say, the original one, which we didn't change anything, the original data set, the like the my ID, range, value, type, zip code, because afterward this we change a lot of thing as we going to the all questions. But if I put in place equals to true, true means the correct data set, the without any modification after we do the older version of the data set, it will be going to show over here. So if you remember, if I open this test.csv file, you can see like this is the old data set. Then we, as per the question, we modify lots of things. So just a second. Yeah, that's why we use in place equals to true over here. Show the df column. Okay, so I will use my df dot columns. So it will show all the column names over here and what are the type of it will the object same. Like we total number 1, 2, 3, 4. I think total 10 columns we have over here. Change all the column name, ID, range, value, machine. Okay. And display the new column names. Okay. As it shows here to rename as I show you earlier. But here there is one change. Here column equals to my df dot column string lower. Like if I run this, it will nothing going to happen. But afterward, see, with the underscore, it display a new column names. So we replace it with the underscore to the all column.
Question number 20. We need to delete third row and fifth row permanently. So for deleting we use drop, and to delete third and fourth I put 2 and 4 in the bracket. So 2 means the third row and as a fourth means the 4 means the fifth row. And if I print my df.head, it will show me the uh, first 5 but not the second and the fourth one from the table. Moving to next question.
The value series in ascending order, only the value column. To do for the ascending column, my data frame value dot short underscore values in ascending order is true. If you run this, it will show you in the ascending order. The 20 seconds question is short the value series in ascending order showing the whole data frame. Like my df dot short underscore value, my value, and by the value in ascending order it's true. If you click here, if you run here, it will show like to short anything like ascending order or descending order, we are going to use short underscore values for this. To short the value series in ascending order and showing the whole data frame in place. Okay, so as of the above question, same as like short underscore value by the value, and in ascending order we need to place true, and in place is also true. In place true because we are going to show the whole original data frame. Just a second. Yes, right. It will show us the original one. And 24th question, we have like the data frame is on the range and value in ascending and descending order respectively, and range in ascending and value in descending. Okay, got it. Like my .df is like we use the same one, like the short underscore value. Here we given two parameters. We two rows, like two parameter is the range. One of them is the range and another one is the value in ascending. Like we, if we write here descending, then it will be the false and true. But here we are writing in ascending order, that's the true, and value in descending order, for that it is false. If we are going to run this, it will show you the data frame in ascending and here in descending order. To display those rows of my data frame that's there in a range in between 250 and 350. Okay, to show any range, like first of all, we are going to use dot range for that. And between, like for between any two range, we are going to use the and for this, like my data frame dot range is greater than 250 and less than 350, because we have between 250 to 350. So it will show you the range, like first top 5 and the bottom 5 over here in the display. Yeah, perfect. In the next question, display those rows of my data frame uh, that their range in is between 250 and 350 in ascending form. So same as the above question, but for the ascending descending, we use dot short underscore value, and for the range by the which parameter, range parameter, which ascending. So that's true. If we run this, it will show us the range 250 to 350 in ascending order for range. Display only the ID and value column of those rows by more than 50. Okay. To locate the show the ID and value column, we going to use mydf.local range between 250 to 350 ID and value. So it will show you the only ID and value between 250 to 350. Display only the ID value machine type column of those rows of the data frame that their range is different between 250 and 350 and their machine type. OK equals to H. So here, same as the above question, but here all the machine types should be equals to H. Like the ID value is in ID value, you will see between 250 to 350 range, but the type of the machine will be the H. So we need to replace the machine type is equals to H, not replace, but which are of the H type. It will show here between the range of 250 to 350. So you can see it over here. Display those rows of the my data frame that their machine type is equals to H or R or X. Enter. Okay. So for any of this, we need to show like whether the H, R, X. So for that, we use type dot is in function for the parameter for them. Okay, see HXR. It will show the data machine type of H, X, and R in the whole data set. And the last question, show the data frame column data type and display the select only numerical values. So first of all, we print the data type and then select the data type, including which are the number one. So going to click here, say all the for all the columns showing the data type, float, object, integer, whatever is here. And for the selected data frame, which includes the number, is displaying in this column. Thank you, Professor.